Hello friends, so today I'll be discussing about how you should go on for preparing for VITME. So this is going to be for CSC people, but mostly you can relate to your own branch, for example, mechanical biotech. Okay, so let's go on. So VIT is, as you know, is a private institute in Vellore, Chennai, and Bhopal. And VIT ME is for getting admission for the masters, postgrad, and PhD admissions. Means I've met people who are coming for PhD for maths and chemistry. So for them also it is the same exam which they have to give. And this time it is conducted on 5th May across India. So pattern. So the exam will be for 2 hours and we'll be having 100 questions, 100 MCQ questions in which you'll be having 80 technical questions related to your branch. For example, biotech, you'll be giving biotech related branch questions. Chemistry being chemistry related questions based on the syllabus what they studied, and actually VIT will give a brochure in which all the syllabus will be given. So yes, so I'll talk about the syllabus, and also English should be there. That will be for 20 marks. So totally 100 questions will be there. Okay. So here we can go ahead and discuss about the CSS syllabus, and you can relate it to your own branch wise syllabus. All I can say is that this is going to be mostly your gate syllabus. So yes, for CSC you're going to have design analysis of algorithms, operating system, DBMS, data structures, maths, computer organization. However, I would say that the difficulty of the paper is going to be way less than gate. You can expect about half or maybe like a little bit more 0.75% difficulty with what you face questions in gate. As a result, I would advise you to go for the 1 mark questions that will be studying in GATE exam. That should be enough for this. Numerical type questions and 2 marks questions are going to be very rare. Means you can easily find the answer in 1 or 2 minutes if you are very clear the concepts in this exam. Going ahead, yes, English. English in you can say that GATE syllabus is again going to be enough. Some of the types that I encountered was proposition, word, verb, noun, agreement. Others also were there. However, if you're running short of time, I wouldn't recommend you to go ahead for English because its weightage is so less. And obviously, we were studying English since our school days. We're able to answer at least 50% of the questions. However, I would suggest that if you want to really boost your rank, you need to study English. Now let's discuss about the important topics. So this was CSC. So as you can say that understanding how to calculate the complexity of a particular C program. So we know that based on what are the loops, we're going to find out what is going to be the big O complexity. Okay, so like two loops are going to be around n square and so on and so forth. Recursions. What are recursions? Some of the types. Sorting. So like the timing, like quick sort takes average how much time. Insertion sort takes how much time. So like big of n log n, big of n square. So all those kind of notations in the options to be given, I need to choose it. Then nextly associativity of rules of operators. So for example, an equation be given like you having multiple operators like a dash, sorry, division sign plus minus. And we need to calculate the result. So that's what we're doing. Caching, like what are the different kinds of caches and if you want to retrieve a data from if a processor wants to retrieve data from a cache and if it's a fail and it has to retrieve data from a memory, so how much time it will be taking. That's a cu related topic. And SRS documentation and software engineering will be facing about what are non-vital uh, like requirements and others. You need to study about that. What Functional and non-functional requirements are included in SRS documentation. That is one of them. Loops in C and also in Java programming also can look into it. Or use of a booter and OS. So like booters with respect to when you're opening your computer. So be using some booter, right? So, and about operating systems, mostly I told about what are the schedulers, round robin, LRUs and all. So yeah, having a good knowledge of them, how to create, how to understand, how to calculate the page faults, page hits. That's going to be an important topic here. And lastly, and I would like to give some tips. Like as I already told, gate 1 mark questions will be enough. However, if you're also following like for some other exam like Manipal University or any other, I would say that you can prepare for the same difficulty level is going to be almost the same. So yeah, if you're studying GATE syllabus, you're going to be on a safer side. As I already told, complexity of various sorting algorithms is very important, so do have a look into it as well. And also, I would recommend you to revise some math formulas, mainly about probability. Yeah, so probability is kind of important, and about calculus as well. So you can study about that. Calculus will not be so much, you can encounter definite integrals and mostly about what you study in engineering mathematics. Yes, I would like to say that study minutely but not in detail too much. Means that all these exams I have noticed that they take some small topic which we might ignore while studying, and that only they ask in 1 mark questions. So we just need to be you need to have that knack or innate understanding about what could be asked in such MCQs. So yes, some topic that doesn't look seems so important, but in a way is essential to understanding the whole concept of a particular section. So yes, those topics need to study for this exam. Okay. So for example, I would say the cache. So there are two, three different levels of cache, like L1 cache, L2 cache, L3 cache, and you can study about how many types of caching are there, and yes, what could be the how to calculate the retrieval time of data from a cache. So these are things you need to understand. Don't go too much in detail, like as I told, don't need to understand about knowing to basically knowing to solve so tough questions that you will be able that you will be solving for 2 marks questions gates. That much detail is not important. Yes, so this was my result. I was selected in AI for MTech in Vellore campus for category 1. And my rank was around 380. So yes, I have made this PPT with respect to that because not many people have given such information I have seen, especially for CS candidates. Okay, so thank you. If you have any doubts, please go ahead and ask me.